Welcome to Inner Love Trauma, a channel dedicated to empowering survivors of toxic and narcissistic abuse. My name is Charmaine, and I am a thriving aware super empath and a certified trauma-informed life coach. Having experienced my own share of traumatic experiences, I understand how debilitating the effects of abuse can be. It is my passion and purpose to help others recover from the aftermath of trauma, heal their wounds, and have a fulfilling life. As a trauma-informed life coach, I have spent years studying the effects of trauma on the mind and body. Through my experience and education, I have developed a deep understanding of the complex nature of trauma and its lasting impact on our lives. My mission is to provide a safe and supportive space for individuals to heal, grow, and rediscover their inner strength. On this channel, you will find resources, strategies, and insights on how to overcome the emotional and psychological wounds of trauma. I firmly believe that we can all heal and thrive after trauma. It is my goal to help you tap into your inner power, embrace your authenticity, and create a life full of joy and purpose. Before we dive deep, if you are interested in making awesome videos like this one, check out PICTORY. All you need is a script. You can create a video in 15 minutes. Click the link in the description. Learn how to make $500 a day. So, whether you are just starting your healing journey or looking to deepen your understanding of trauma recovery, I invite you to join me on this path to inner love and healing. Let's begin this transformative journey together. A quick disclaimer: the following stories about narcissists are intended solely for educational purposes, to raise awareness about narcissistic abuse and to aid in the recovery of those who have suffered from it. These stories are not meant to diagnose or label any individual as a narcissist and should not be used as a substitute for professional advice or treatment. This story is an example of how a covert narcissist works inside of a marriage or relationship. Warning: this story might trigger or cause flashbacks. Remember to take a deep breath and know that you are not alone. I have online group meetings on Saturday 7 p.m. on meetup.com. It's a safe place to connect with like-minded people. Now onto the story.
Chapter 1: The Illusion of Love. Leela had always been a hopeless romantic, longing for the kind of love that would sweep her off her feet. When she met Mike, he seemed like the perfect partner. He was charming, attentive, and showered Leela with affection. They quickly fell in love and started a family. At first, everything seemed perfect. However, as time passed, Leela started to notice a pattern of behavior from Mike that was both confusing and hurtful. He would often belittle her, dismiss her feelings, and make her feel guilty for things that were not her fault. Mike was a covert narcissist, someone who presents themselves as humble and kind, but is actually self-absorbed and manipulative. He would use subtle tactics to control Leela, such as gaslighting her and making her doubt her own sanity. Leela would try to talk to him about how she was feeling, but he would turn it around on her, making her question her own perceptions of reality. She started to feel trapped in the relationship, but she didn't know how to leave. She had 2 small children with Mike, and he had made it clear that he would do anything to keep them from her if she tried to leave. Leela's journey towards recognizing the abusive nature of her relationship with Mike was a long and difficult one. She had to come to terms with the fact that the man she had fallen in love with was not who he seemed to be. She felt like she was losing her grip on reality, constantly questioning whether she was the one at fault for the problems in the relationship. It wasn't until she started to educate herself on the signs of emotional abuse that she started to see the truth. She realized that the love she thought she had was an illusion, and that the only way to break free from the cycle of abuse was to leave Mike. Chapter 2: The Trauma Bond. Leaving Mike was easier said than done. Leela was caught in what psychologists call a trauma bond, psychological dependence created by the cycle of abuse. Mike's gaslighting and emotional abuse had created a sense of hopelessness in Leela. She felt like she couldn't survive without him, even though he was the source of her pain. Mike would apologize after each episode, promising to change and be a better partner. Leela desperately wanted to believe him, and would convince herself that things would get better. However, each time she let her guard down, Mike would revert to his old ways, leaving Leela feeling even more broken and alone. Leela started to isolate herself from friends and family, feeling embarrassed that she couldn't make her relationship work. She felt like she was in a constant state of anxiety, waiting for the next time Mike would lash out at her. She started to doubt her own worth, believing that she didn't deserve any better. However, deep down, Leela knew that she had to break free from the toxic cycle she had been trapped in for so long. Leela started to see a therapist who helped her understand that she wasn't crazy, and that Mike's behavior was not her fault. She slowly started to build a support network of trusted friends and family who believed in her and supported her decision to leave Mike. She started to see that the love she deserved was not the kind of love that would hurt her. It was a long and difficult journey, but Leela started to see that there was hope for a better future. Chapter 3: Breaking Free. Leela knew that she couldn't keep living like this. She had to break free from the toxic cycle of abuse and start a new life for herself and her children. She filed for a divorce and custody of her children, despite Mike's attempts to smear her name and play the victim. Mike had always been friendly and charming to others, making it difficult for Leela to explain the reality of their relationship to those around them. However, with the help of her support network, Leela was able to gather evidence of Mike's abuse and presented it in court. She was granted full custody of her children, and Mike was ordered to stay away from her and her family. Breaking free from Mike was the hardest thing Leela had ever done, but it was also the most liberating. She felt like a weight had been lifted off her shoulders, and she could finally start living her life on her own terms. She started to rebuild her self-esteem and confidence, pursuing new hobbies and interests that had been pushed aside during her relationship with Mike. She also started dating again, but this time with a newfound awareness of the signs of emotional abuse and red flags to look out for. Leela's journey towards healing and freedom was not without its challenges. She still had moments of doubt and insecurity, wondering if she had made the right decision in leaving Mike. However, with the support of her loved ones and her own determination, she was able to overcome these obstacles and build a new life for herself and her children. In the end, Leela learned that true love is not about being controlled or manipulated, but about mutual respect and support. She learned that she was worthy of love and happiness, and that her past did not define her future. Her story serves as a reminder that it is never too late to break free from abuse and start a new chapter in life. Chapter 4: The Road to Recovery. After leaving Mike, Leela's journey towards recovery was a long and difficult one. She had to deal with the aftermath of the trauma that she had experienced, including anxiety, depression, and PTSD. However, with the help of therapy and support from her loved ones, Leela was able to take the necessary steps towards healing. The first step in Leela's recovery process was to prioritize self-care. She had spent so long prioritizing Mike's needs over her own that she had forgotten how to take care of herself. She started to prioritize her own physical and emotional well-being, taking time to exercise, eat healthily, and engage in activities that brought her joy. She also started seeing a therapist who specialized in trauma recovery, which helped her to process the emotion and memories that had been holding her back. Leela also had to confront the negative self-talk and beliefs that had been instilled in her during her relationship with Mike. She had internalized many of the hurtful things that he had said to her, which had left her feeling unworthy and undeserving of love. Through therapy, Leela learned to challenge these negative beliefs and replace them with positive affirmations. She started to see herself in a more positive light, and this helped her to rebuild her self-esteem and confidence. Another important aspect of Leela's recovery was rebuilding her support network. During her relationship with Mike, she had isolated herself from friends and family, which had left her feeling alone and vulnerable. However, once she left Mike, Leela was able to reconnect with those who cared about her and who had supported her throughout her journey. She also sought out new friendships and support groups, which provided her with a sense of community and belonging. Throughout her recovery journey, Leela also had to learn how to establish healthy boundaries. She had spent so long trying to please Mike and meet his needs that she had forgotten how to prioritize her own needs and desires. She had to learn how to say no to things that didn't align with her values and goals, and how to communicate her boundaries effectively. Ultimately, Leela's journey towards recovery was not an easy one, but it was a necessary one. Through hard work and perseverance, she was able to break free from the cycle of abuse and start a new life for herself and her children. Her story serves as a reminder that healing is possible, and that it is never too late to take the necessary steps towards a brighter future.
Thank you for watching. Now, watch the next video about how narcissists have an evil spirit attached to them.